So today we are going to talk about how I transitioned from architecture to UIUX directly without any bootcamp certificate, HCI degree, or any kind of work experience. I was also an international student, so that makes it even harder. And I'm going to tell you how you can do this by yourself without any of those things I mentioned earlier. Hi everyone, I'm Heng and this is Orchid. So I might speak a little bit weird. That is because I have Invisalign in my mouth and there are rubber band in my mouth. So please bear with me. So previously I did a video in Chinese about my transition experience, and that video helped a lot of my friends to take actions. That makes me really happy. And now I want to do that video in English, and I will also add a lot more extra content, so it won't be entirely repetitive. Please keep watching. The reason I wanted to do this is I believe my experience could help more people in this way. And it is also because I'm a newbie YouTuber. I want to gather more data to see if I do video in another language, will that be different? If you haven't done that yet, please like, subscribe, or comment my video. I would really appreciate it. So in this video, I want to cover what you really need to jump into the UI/UX industry and how I executed those things myself to help me jump into the industry directly from graduation. To transfer into UI/UX industry, you only need two things. The first thing you need is the portfolio. It is actually the most important thing in this industry. It is the king in this industry. If you are not very familiar with the idea of portfolio, it is basically just a website to showcase all your projects. You can treat it like an expression to demonstrate all your visual design skills, your understanding of user-centric design, your accumulative UI/UX project experience, and also your understanding of how a UI/UX project should run from beginning to end. The second thing you need is a fabulous set of interviewing skills. If you only spend your energy and effort in improving these two things, you will definitely prevail in this industry and you would definitely get tons of offers. Let me tell you why you only need these two things and no other things required. Let's say you have a really fabulous, eye-catching, standing out portfolio. Recruiters will see it right away, and the recruiters will share your portfolio with the UI/UX team. And most of the senior UX designers nowadays, they jump from other backgrounds to UI/UX themselves. So they are totally familiar with this idea to transition into UI/UX. It's very common. If your portfolio was a conversation, if your portfolio have already met the standards to move forward, they will ignore your resume. They will ignore your background. They will just ask you for an interview. But let's say you have a very average or not that great portfolio, or a portfolio you haven't spent most of your efforts on. Even though you might have a matching HCI degree, in the recruiter's eyes or in the senior UX team's eyes, you will be still classified as an average candidate. So just focus on your portfolio. And if you are an outsider like me, there are actually a lot of tricks to make your look fabulous, look outstanding. The trick is to practicing your presentation skills. It is actually like a storytelling skill. Basically, you need to imagine yourself telling a story, but in a portfolio format. So earlier, I have taught a UI/UX portfolio project online, and that online class have already helped some of my friends to get formal offers, and they are also from other backgrounds. Now I want to make the portfolio project in a free YouTube class series. So please subscribe me, you will be able to see it too. And I actually believe that you can benefit from the class I will be uploading. Let's go to the interview part. Let's say your portfolio is already fabulous, amazing, really great, gorgeous. Now you've met the standards. you need to jump to the next step, which is the interviewing process. You need to speak with a lot of people, your future employer, your future boss, your future teammates, and also engineers, maybe product managers. You need to speak a lot of people. And actually, you need to utilize this opportunity to show what kind of person you are, to show like your personality, your interest, your design insights, your style, your working style, because your portfolio would already do a good portion of expressing yourself, but maybe something is missing and something could not be expressed in the portfolio. You need to use this opportunity to show yourself better. So this is a fabulous opportunity to show yourself. And if you are good at this, you just get the offer directly. You know, like people make decisions based on their feelings. If they feel you are a strong candidate, if they feel you are the only candidate they need, they don't need any other candidates that appear to them, they would just offer the position to you instead of any other candidates. That's why you only need these two things. Let me tell you what happened in my life and how I did it. To me, it is brand new because I have no one to tell me these things earlier. I need to figure out myself. So in 2015 winter, I decided I would go for the UIUX route. At that time, I was still an architecture master in University of Pennsylvania. It was a transferring semester in London, AA. I remember there were 2 nights I couldn't sleep at all. I stayed up all night long thinking about to make such a decision. I was actually panicking and super excited at the same time because it was really tough decision, but it's also very exciting. It was tough because I spent 4 years to complete my civil engineering bachelor, and I spent another 4 years to complete my architecture master. I also spent 1 year to do internship in the architecture field. I went to a lot of top-tier architecture studios like Adrian Smith and Gordon Gill, Kopiemenblau in Vienna, and also Arab Associates. Those are all top-tier companies and are very hard to get into. But if I need to jump into the UIUX, I need to wipe all these things out. These things were nothing to me if I want to jump into another industry. So it's a really tough decision. But I was also super excited because, oh my God, I can go to another new world now. It's like tech industry. It's so cool. And I was like super excited too. And I told myself, you only need these 2 days to think, to evaluate all the pros and cons and all the outcomes. You cannot spend any other time to waste. After these 2 nights, whatever decision you make, you need to take actions. You cannot waste any more time. So after those 2 nights, I made up my mind. I need to go for the UI/UX route. I would go for the tech route. So after those 2 nights, I started to research all over the internet, all over the LinkedIn, Udemy, Medium, all the other like internet, to gather a lot of information, as much as information I can get to help me figure out how difficult the task is. But I figured out it's actually pretty clear, pretty straightforward. You only need a portfolio, and you might need some relevant degree like HCI or some other things, but I cannot help that. I was an architecture master. I cannot help that. I don't have an HCI degree. But I can actually make a portfolio. So this blew up in my mind. I could do this. Portfolio, it's doable. I don't need to go to a school to do a portfolio. So this was actually what I did. First of all, I searched all over the internet to find a tool to help me make a website really easy. The tool I found is Wix. Now you can find all other tools really easy too. You don't need any coding skills. And another thing I did was to try to find elective, which is a little bit relevant. I found a course called Interfacing Cultures in the last semester. That course was like really basic, but also tells you systematic knowledge how you should do a UI/UX project from beginning to end. I actually benefit a lot from the class. That actually helped me make my first tech project in my portfolio. But that class is not exclusive at all. The knowledge taught in that class you can find anywhere. in the internet. It's totally free. It's just there. You just need to find and grab it and execute it. I think that's the most difficult part, because a lot of people, they try to believe they need such as a bootcamp or certificate to support themselves. They see this kind of knowledge, they see this information, but they never absorb and do it. So the thing is, you need to do it the moment you take actions, the moment you are already getting close to your goal. So that's what I did, and I repeat the entire process into another brand new project without any instructions, because I have no teachers, no professors to teach me. But that actually works. I made these 2 tech projects and combined all the other 7 architecture kind of relevant to tech projects. It's like a hybrid portfolio. But I use that portfolio to apply to all the Bay Area tech companies. At that time, I was so sick of the East Coast cold weather, and I just want to go to the West Coast. So I only applied to the West Coast companies. For a period of time, nothing happened. Like several months, nothing happened, or like I might get some rejections. That makes me feel like, is the right route I should go? Should I go back to my architecture route? Should I find architecture jobs? If you've been there, you need to know I've been there too. It's just the way it is. If you keep improving your portfolio, if you keep applying, you will finally get your first interview. When I get my first interview, I was super excited. I was like, I need to get this. But that ruined my entire performance. I was super nervous, and I asked a lot of minor questions like, oh, I shouldn't say this word is not the right word. I said that thing. Will that thing be okay? Is that thing silly, or is that thing like really naive? Or the employer thinks me as like a stupid person? Like, I asked a lot of questions in my mind, and that ruined the entire performance. I felt really bad after the interview, but later on I got more and more interviews. I got used to it. Like, I practice myself, and I also like say to myself, you are awesome, you are good, you are talented, you are just the way you are, and you don't lose anything after the conversation. It is just a conversation. It is just a normal conversation. You need to show yourself. You need to demonstrate what kind of person you are. You need to show your personality, your passion, your interests, your plans, your working styles. Just it. It's like just a conversation. We are all human beings. I say all of this to myself after a lot of experience, and finally, I did really well in one interview, and that's my first full-time employer, my boss. She really likes me. After I got the job, she said, in the interview, you look like you are a go-girl, and you just want the job, and you are really passionate. So that's the impression I gave her. And I think it's because all this practice I did and all this experience I accumulated in the interview process. The trick is, you just need to calm down. You just need to be comfortable, and you just need to be yourself. Just remove all your mental burdens. Be light, be natural, calm down, that's it. And you need to tell yourself you won't lose anything after the conversation. So after I got the interview, I was invited to on-site, and the on-site interview went well too, and they gave me a verbal offer directly after the on-site interview. That made me really happy, because before I did that, I treated it like an adventure. I don't know what will happen. I just treat it like, it's kind of like gamble thing, a little bit gamble thing. I just need to rely on the faith that I will be able to do it. And now I actually made it. I spent not too much long, like several months time, to jump into an entire different industry with my 8 years traditional industry education. That sounds like a joke, but I made it. The reason I want to emphasize this is that I want you to believe it is not difficult at all, and you just need to take right actions in the right direction. The right directions is portfolio and interview. So if you practice yourself, if you do the right actions, you will make it. It's just like mechanical. You will make it no matter what. So if you like my video, please like my video, and also comment, and also subscribe my channel, because I will cover a lot of more content about UIUX, the project-based UIUX class, and also I would cover some realistic investment tips and also entrepreneurship. So just subscribe me, you will not regret it. Bye! Say bye.